All right, everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. And to all the first-time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. And to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watched this video. It helps out the YouTube channel, and to stay tuned on in towards the end of the video, because we do have a ticker symbol you won't want to miss, and you definitely want to have it on your watch list. It's on phase 3 trials, on its way to FDA approval, and it's going to be the first in its class to treat a disease that there's no treatment for as of now, and they're going to have the upper hand in that sector, and it's going to be changing lives. So stay tuned for all that information. But enough about that. We're going to jump straight into Nndm's chart, but I do want to announce to you guys down below, I'm going to post the link in the comment section. It's going to be pinned. It's going to be the first comment for you guys to click on it if you guys are interested on learning more about charts, the stock market overall, and everything that has to do with the emotional tuning when it comes to the market. And I will be posting videos once a week so you guys can marinate that information right down below in my Patreon. I created a new tier. There's only going to be 30 slots, so if that's something that interests you and you want to learn more about the market, you can definitely join down below, and I will share all my experience and knowledge and research throughout the years. So that is something that I wanted to start doing. A lot of people asked for it. Here you guys have it. There's going to be 30 slots, and they will be filled up pretty quickly. So if you guys want to join, the link will be down below in the comments. So here we are with Nndm, Nano Dimensions, and it broke through support. It's holding up pretty nicely above here at 960, but this could be on its way down to newer lows if it breaks through the support levels and resistance levels we're about to look at. But I do want every single investor and viewer to be aware of how ARK Invest has been reacting. So let's look at how they reacted from yesterday to today. So RQ on the 18th, which was yesterday, had 6,961,943 shares. And in RQ today, they have a total on the 19th, RQ, 6,961,943 shares. Very rarely do you ever see them just stay kind of sideways like that. That's a very neutral approach. Now that's a good sign because it's a lot better than selling. I know there's no buying going on here in this ETF, but selling is a worse sign than not selling or buying at all. Right now, they're just holding neutral in their position. I guess they're trying to feel out the market, or they didn't need to reposition any of these shares to other shares. So something interesting from ARKQ. So let's look at ARKW. So ARKW on the 18th, they had 5,720,895 shares. And ARKW today, right, on the 19th, they have 5,720,895 shares. Very interesting to me how they've had a neutral approach on both of their ETFs here. It's really interesting how nothing is really moved up for Nndm. But I like to look at this because when they go ahead and have such a neutral standpoint, it lets us know as investors that they're not really feeling any signs of bearishness and that they're more bullish than anything, but they're just being smart about, how the waters are doing and so forth. Also, this week is a very turbulent week. We're finally getting out of it, and we're going to have to see how things play out next week. So here we are. Nndm, the 50-day moving average is 1046. We're below it, but it's pretty close to tug-of-war zone. So we're going to have to see if the bulls can go ahead and build some momentum here. But anything below this is bearish, and we're in bearish territory sitting at 1016. So our support here is 1007. If that gets broken through, you want to watch this carefully, how it reacts between 1007 and the support down here of 974. That's a pretty broad stretch though. So the closer it gets to 974, you want to see if the bulls are trying to reappear anywhere in this area to bring this back up, or are the bears tearing this one down fairly fast. But before getting anywhere down here, 1007 is your first support to watch carefully and vigilantly and carefully how everything is moving. So very important to keep that in mind. Now our resistance, super important, but does not signify that the bulls have gained control. I do want every single investor and viewer to be aware of this. It does not mean that the bulls have gained control. This is just an indicator for us investors to know that the bulls have created a support, and hopefully what they could do is continue to push upwards one step closer to getting to their goal. That's very important for every single investor to be aware of that and keep that in mind, because these resistance levels do not guarantee that the bulls are going to cross the 50-day moving average. It's just one step closer to it. But before getting to the 50-day moving average, the resistance needs to be broken through, and our resistance is 1032. That needs to be turned into a support so the bulls can pull upwards to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. Now, a point of reference that is really important beyond the 50-day moving average is up here at this resistance at 1081, but that's such a broad stretch and we're pretty far from it. The first step and the first catalyst that the bulls need to break through is 1032 and work from there every step forward to continue that staircase effect in the upward direction. As always, guys, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watch this video. Stay tuned till the end, because I do have a ticker symbol you won't want to miss. It's a penny stock, but it's going to be a game changer within its sector. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to another video here with Invest for Tomorrow. And to all the first-time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. And to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watched this video, that you found it helpful and informative, and it helps out the YouTube channel. It's very much appreciated. And to stay tuned on in for all the information we have to share, because you definitely want to have this one on your watch list moving forward. I'm not really big on penny stocks, but when large institutional investors like BlackRock are making their positions larger, Vanguard are making their positions larger, and one of the ones that held a huge stake in this company went ahead and upped it to continue being the #1 holder, you know, those are some bold statements from institutional investors. And even more so, I don't know if you guys know this principle, but when insiders are buying, that usually tells you something. And since the point that insiders started to buy, the stock has been going up, and so far there's no trace of them selling. And if they're jumping in on this, I think they're looking to 5x to 10x their money, and the stock hasn't gone anywhere near that yet, but the potential is coming. So we're going to talk about it. So what ticker symbol are we talking about that BlackRock and Vanguard own? So it is NMTR. If you guys aren't aware of it, it's 9 meters Biopharma Inc. So here we are with the article, and for those of you that watch my videos frequently, you guys know that I always say stay away from penny stocks, focus in on the penny stocks that you only know. If you don't know anything about it, stay away from it. But for those of you that like penny stocks, I hope you guys like this one, and I think you guys will, because this is showing me all the checklists that I look for: insider trading, institutional ownership going up, as well as changing people's lives and dominating in its sector. So let's go ahead and read about it. So 9 meters Biopharma focuses on the treatment of gastrointestinal disorders, including short bowel syndrome and celiac disease. This is really what's game changer for them. The company holds over 150 patents as of December 2020 and is working daily to increase this number. So they have patents coming out every single day. That's a lot of things going on for this one moving forward. Biopharma is attempting to utilize its drug larazotide for healing lung injury relating to COVID-19 cases. That's a big deal, and that's a big step for them if this does work out for them. They're in phase 1 trials right now, and I could see this going through all the phases for 2021, but this is a game changer for the future of post-COVID-19, treatment or cases, right? Anything that happens afterwards, because this has to do with lung injury relating to the COVID-19, which is what a lot of people go through as well after they had the coronavirus. There's a small percentage that end up having to go through that, and that would be awesome for this drug larazotide to be able to do that. So before the drug's relation to COVID, though, larazotide was one of the few in a phase 3 trial to treat celiac disease. I think they're going to pass that. They're going to get FDA approval, and then they're going to go into phase 4, which is finally treating others and, watching them, observing them. And if everything goes well there, they're just going to dominate in treating celiac disease. They're like the only of its class, the first in its class. If they get through this, which phase 3 is a pretty big step, once that gets passed, you're on your way to FDA approval. They're going to be the only ones being able to treat that. And if you look up that disease on Google, you'll see how common it is. You would think it's not, but it's like a 1% of the population of the US, I think, or of the world that has this. And when you really think about it, 1%, it's a small number, but 1% is pretty big when it comes into a numerical number compared to the billions of us that live in the world and the millions that live here in the US. So this is going to be a big deal, changing lives. So one thing that I liked a lot was the fact that we have here Adage Capital Partners. They filed a 13G, right, form, turning their stake up higher. And we're going to look at that in just a moment. And then we have here the coverage on the penny stock this week. And the firm gave an outperform rating as well as $6 price target. And that was back in February. Like this was the middle of February. So let's look at this company here, Adage Capital Partners, so you can see for yourself. So the first thing is we have here insider trading, and they were buying tremendous amount of shares, and you'll see it right here. Look at that. Purchase, 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 award, and you can see all of this going on towards the end of 2020. And this is their share price. And right now, the share price is only about $1 above that. They're nowhere near ready to sell. I think they're looking at 5x to 10x their money. They know something we don't, and they're very confident in their product and also the phase trials that they're in. It's interesting to me that they waited to purchase, large amounts until they were in phase 3, which is very interesting. Now, if we go to institutional ownership, you will see here that Adage Capital is the number one holder with 13 million shares here. And then we have OrbiMed, which wasn't mentioned. They haven't really upped their position. They've been owning the same amount for quite some time, and that is 32 million. The one that upped their position pretty big was Adage, which was the one in the article. And what I like to see is articles correlate to what's really going on. Then we also have Morgan and Stanley here with a small position. We have others taking large stakes here. We have OrbiMed right there, right? And then we also have a total amount of different large institutional investors loading up, like BlackRock, and that's right here with 3 million shares. And then we also have Vanguard Group here in February with 7 million shares. This is the stuff I like to look for, and that lets you know institutional ownership is onto something. And they're loading up. Look how much have been loading up in the last several days. We have a few here trying to put puts, and that's just probably because they had a feeling it was going to go down now during this pullback. But that's going to be history compared to where this is going. And you can see these index funds too trading here as of March 1st with large amounts, millions and hundreds of thousands of shares of obviously NMTR. 9 meters biopharma. So I really like that. And then I also have here another article that shares with us everything I just discussed, the volatility, how it's been, and how it reports here, right? Insider trading when they got it back at 65 cents in December 15th. And you could see how many shares these different directors and CEOs have of the company. And then when you go ahead and check it out down here, they have even more. So insider trading has been happening. And let's go ahead and look at the price targets here by analysis ratings. And when you look at it, there it is. It's sitting at 165, and the high end and the low end, $6. There's 2 buy ratings, and that's a total amount right now based off of where it's at, 165, of almost 300% upside. Very interesting to me. A lot of room here. Probably we could see this one between, $4 to $6 on the upside if things continue to roll out. There's no FDA approval destruction over this, and that Larazzo tide actually comes out and is the only celiac disease, right, treatment, I mean, that's going to be a big deal for this company. This is when a lot of purchases were happening, right, by the insider trades. And from that point forward, they've been riding the wave. I think they're still holding. They're trying to like at least 5x their money and at most 10x. And it had a recent pullback back at the beginning of March of 120. It's pulling back right now with the market. And from that point forward, it was running up. So it looks pretty healthy to me and pretty strong. And I think there's a lot of room here for this to go up if the FDA approval goes through and the phase 3 shows results. We go into phase 4. And I mean, this is going to be game changer, life changing. And 9 Meters Biopharma is going to be the first in its class to treat celiac disease. Now, this right here is a website that tells you a little bit more about this company and everything going on with liraglutide. If you want to know more about it, how it works, how the trials have been, and how it's going to change lives for celiac disease, you know, it's going to be a big deal. And this is something that the CEO stated, and they stated no one wants to just survive with the disease. They want to thrive. That's the goal. We want to give someone the ability to thrive. I mean, that's a pretty bold statement there. Life-changing, game-changing. And if you want to know about it, go to glutenfreeliving.com and look up, you know, the name of liraglutide, or you can go ahead and look up liraglutide, how it works, or liraglutide FDA approval on Google, and a lot of articles will come up to give you a better understanding about the penny stock's potential based off of liraglutide. This is going to be a big deal. I'm really excited. I look forward to seeing your guys' thoughts down below. This is going to change lives, and those are the stocks I like to look for. So be ready, like a hawk, ready to strike for the opportunities that are coming within these pullbacks if they continue. Stay tuned for more videos. As always, guys, if you learned something new, subscribe to the channel. Show this to your friends and community. Share it with them. And don't forget to hit the like button. It always helps out the channel. I really appreciate it when you guys do that. It lets me know that you value my time and everything that I shared with you guys and my research. And let's make some money.